Hey, welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to tell you how to sell real estate using digital marketing and how to sort it all out and where to start. All right, with the internet now and social media, there's actually no shortages of places to be digitally marketing your real estate. I'm gonna show you the several places that you can start, and stick around to the very end, and I'm gonna teach you how to find someone that's way smarter at it than you are and how to get them to do it for you. All right, let's talk about the first one, email marketing. This is a word that's tossed around so easily, but you know what? Email marketing starts out with one email. And then it grows, and then eventually you have a massive list, and you can still sell things all the time with emails. You might be that person that doesn't open emails or everything goes to junk, but I can promise you that you can sell real estate by email marketing to a warm clientele, to a clientele that you built trust, rapport with, and eventually they want to buy something from you. This doesn't just start like with the first day though. You've got to build trust. You've got to offer them things. You always have to be serving, always be adding value. Don't always just try and sell them on your email list because they'll opt out. They'll get tired of seeing it and they'll stop, they'll unsubscribe. You want to offer them so much value, and these emails need to be super short and sweet and to the point. For land, I love to offer email advice like how to buy land, how to make sure you're getting the right piece of land, how to do all your due diligence. And we'll do that one week, and then we'll offer like the deal of the week for our land, our house buyers. So you want to offer value and then eventually sell them something. Eventually you give them so much value where they now trust you, they like you, and they'll open your emails because they're super short, sweet, and to the point. All right, so you might be thinking, how in the world do I get emails? Well, I had already mentioned it. Give value. Always be giving things. Like, have a site though that allows them, that they can kind of check out your deals or your real estate properties or your land. Have a site where it actually collects the name, the email, and the phone number. You want to start this very early. You can find sites like carrot.com, on carrot.com. They offer sites where you can collect this information. And also with your emails, when you send your email, when they click on that, you'll get more emails. The better the deal, the better the education, the better value you give, they'll share it and you'll collect more and more emails. One way we collect emails is we put our deals on Facebook. And here's the thing about Facebook. We've got a lot of tire kickers. A lot of people asking, is this still available or how much? Even though it says it in the description, it gets super aggravating, but you can build trust and rapport and likability and credibility, and then ask them, it's like, I know you weren't interested in buying this land or this house. Would you be interested in hearing about others that we have coming available? And if they say yes, ask them for their email. It's that simple. You've given them something, now ask them for something. All right, so I just mentioned Facebook. That leads me into my next point, and that's social media. Start building a social media presence today. Whether it be, a social media website, a Facebook website. These things are free. You can build a website on Facebook. It's like your actual business page. They're free, and you actually start building an audience. You could share it with your friends. They like it. And then here's the thing about that, putting an actual Facebook business page. You've got to be consistent. What do I mean by that? You want to constantly be adding value, adding tips, adding your deals, Monday through Friday. You can have something that goes out on Monday and then Tuesday, and then we call it Thankful Thursday, things like that. Thursday could be literally somebody you're thankful for, someone on your team, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. It doesn't have to always be business stuff. It could be personal stuff too. But let me tell you something that gets a lot of likes and a lot of feedback and a lot of shares is when you actually post a picture of yourself, the business owner or the real estate agent or whatever, or your team. This gets us a lot of likes and shares and gets us more likes. All right, and then there's Instagram. Instagram's another great place. People are going to Instagram to like scroll and look at beautiful photos. That's one way to do it. And then there's also LinkedIn. And here's the thing though. You want to pick one of these avenues, one of these social media avenues, and dominate it. You don't want to try and start all of them at once. You want to dominate one, get a following, be consistent, and have it going, automated, delegated. And what does automation and delegation mean? Automation is something where a computer can do it, or it can happen automatically or electronically, and delegation is where a person actually does it. I like to get these things off of my plate. As an entrepreneur, I'm really good at starting things, but I'm not good at being consistent, like the constant posting that you've got to do. And that's where I delegate it to someone else. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that a little further along in this video. All right, now let's talk about a website. I kind of saved this for a little bit later, but it's almost like a no-brainer now. You absolutely need a website, or you're not in business. You're not in a digital marketing business. So the website is basically your foundation. That is where it all starts. This is where you can put your properties on, your real estate deals, whatever you're selling, and you wouldn't visit a brick and mortar store or a restaurant if it didn't have a website or a menu or a Google My Business. So you want to start building that foundation, your website, getting started with Google My Business. These things are free that Google offers you, and it takes a little bit of time to set this up. I would say 5 or 10 minutes. You got to fill out a form, and then they're going to snail mail you with the United States Postal Service an actual postcard, because they want to see that you have a physical location, and maybe you don't have a physical location. What's really cool is, you can get away with this with like a UPS store or a co-working and shared space, but you're not gonna get away with it with like a post office box. And I see a lot of people will use their home physical address. I don't recommend this. You just don't want people unannounced just showing up at your house. Never. So now that you got a website, you got a Google My Business, let's start talking about search engine optimization. This is one of the most thrown around, misunderstood things that people talk about. There's people out there, these gurus, these SEO gurus, search engine optimization gurus. If you ever have someone say, I can get you search engine optimized in like 30 days, it's a bold-faced lie. This takes like years to do. You got to start with the website, buy a domain name. It's like a seasoning, and then you have to be consistent with content, whether it be blogging or adding new parcels of land or houses. You want to be very consistent. One thing I did, I like to put my team information, like who my team was. But when I first started out, it was just me, myself, and I, a team of 3. I felt like I was doing the work of 3 people, but my team was my realtor, my title agent, my attorney, my banker. I would ask them permission, like, hey, I'm going to promote you on my website as my team member. Can I get a good image of you, professional image, and also a little write-up, a bio? They would literally send me an image and give me a bio, and I added them as my team. And then before you knew it, I actually hired a couple people. I had some virtual assistants, and I put them on my team as well. So it looks like Brent's got a team of like 15 my first year in business. So it really helps with SEO, search engine optimization, but you got to be patient about this. It's not something where you can start today and be fulfilled with it 30 days from now. No, it's going to take a year, 2, 3 years where you start coming at the number 1 and 2 and 3 spot on Google or Yahoo, or Bing, if anybody ever uses those search engines anymore. But it starts with the step. It's taking the steps daily, getting the website, getting the Google My Business, and then starting with SEO. And you can hire someone for this, but you don't want to just start paying tons of money. This can blow your budget very quickly. So you want to just be very, very cautious about what you do. On Carrot, I talked about Carrot websites, CARROT website. They actually teach you some of the things that you can do for SEO. So in the beginning, I actually hired a virtual assistant from India. Her name is Malika. She's amazing, and she's still with me on my team today, and she followed all these steps that Carrot recommended to do, and she implemented all of these, and I paid her $5 an hour to do this. I didn't have time to do it, but I had her implement it. She loved it. This fulfilled her, and she enjoyed doing it, and she was a vital part of my SEO, my search engine optimization for my website. All right, I know I'm bringing you so much value. I'm giving you so much information. Definitely take a second and hit that subscribe button. I want you to get notified when I come out with more videos like this. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button. And I want you to start getting used to going the extra mile. Whatever you do, go the extra mile. However you do anything is how you do everything. So click that like button as well. Super easy for you, but goes a long way for me. All right, so we're still on social media, but let's talk about influencer marketing. Do you want to buy land and houses from the guy you've never heard of, or do you want to buy it from the local celebrity? Influencer marketing, that's like Facebook, post, or Instagram Reels or YouTube videos like I'm doing for you here. You know, no one else out there is talking about land on YouTube or telling people how to buy and sell land on YouTube or digital marketing for real estate on YouTube. I am the land shark, and that's me being an influencer marketer. This is exactly an example of what you want to be in your local community. You want to be the local celebrity. So start posting on Facebook consistently every single day, 5 days a week. And you might think, oh, well, I don't have anything to say. Well, you have a lot going on. Your life is your content, and you just got to hit the record button. I want to show you my pro tip for digital marketing for real estate. I love text blast. You got to be very, very careful with these. I want to put that disclaimer out there. You want to have full permission from anybody that you're texting them that they have opted in. They want to receive your text, because you don't want to go down the road and accidentally text someone that's on the do not call list. And you can scrub your list against your state do not call list. I highly, highly recommend it. Don't want to go down the route of texting someone that's a professional litigator or someone that doesn't want to get your text. And if they hit stop, you want to give them an opt out. You want to allow them to opt out and stop seeing your text messages if they no longer want it. And you want to respect this, but text messages usually get opened within the first 15 seconds of being sent. You're talking about like an instantaneous access to the person that you send this to. A text message. Emails, like, they get open when they get open. Mail gets open when it gets open. Social media, they actually got to go and scroll down, but a text message, it's going right in their pocket. So you might be wondering, like, how in the world do I get, phone numbers? I don't have a text list. Well, I talked to you about Facebook, answering questions on Facebook, putting your properties on Facebook and answering those questions, giving so much value, building likability and trust with these people. And they probably won't buy that particular property, but they might buy one from you 6 months from now. Ask them, hey, what's a good phone number and email? Can I stay in touch with you? Is it okay? I usually send a text message out when I get more properties. Is it okay to text you? And they say yes. 9 times out of 10, most people are gonna say yes if you've given them some sort of value. All right, I run a really successful coaching course called The Land Sharks. I've got a tried and true method that shows people how to buy properties, land at massive discounts, and turn around and sell this land at premium and retail prices in their sleep. I've got students making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. If you're interested in building a business that will serve you and your family and eventually others, go ahead down in the description below and click on the link, thelandsharks.com, and schedule a call with me or my team. We'll assess your goals, see if we can help you. If we're a good fit, I'd be honored to coach you.